Every single month, Motorfest unleashes a slurry of free rewards in 4 different XP progression tracks, so I thought it might be helpful to inform everyone on the fastest ways to earn XP so you can get those rewards super easy. All right, let's go. All right, let's start with a little refresher on the various progression and rewards tracks. First, they are all part of the main stage. The main stage is this banner right here in the activities menu. If you click on this, it will take you to these 3 progression tracks. Each of these has 4 levels of rewards and a specific type of XP that you need to earn in order to level it up. There are various things that you can do to earn XP for each track, but my suggestion to start is simply completing the challenges associated with them. Before clicking on them, you can tab over to the right and you will see a few challenges for each reward track that rotate on a weekly basis. These challenges are more than enough XP to earn your 4 rewards from each of the progression tracks, but if your goal is to also earn legend points each month, then you'll want to be earning more XP after these challenges are completed. Now, before I get too far ahead of myself, let's talk about each track individually because each one needs that specific XP. Starting with the revisit timeline. This is for the playlist races. You basically just get XP for completing races. You can do that via the custom mode or by doing the playlists that you haven't done before. If you want to get a massive amount of revisit XP, the best race to do that on is called Hummer Express, and it's in the Electric Odyssey playlist. You must first complete the playlist so that you have access to that custom mode, and then you can change the vehicle class on that race to AGP. So once you've selected your AGP car, make sure that you have a set of XP magnet parts on it with Legend and Rich as your affix. Then go into your legend points and make sure that you max out your legend category. Next, you'll need to set up your difficulty settings. The more difficult you make it, the more XP you're gonna gain. Obviously, by turning off all of the assist settings like traction control and ABS, you're gonna make it more difficult for yourself and thus getting you more XP. Every single setting you turn off gets you an additional percentage. But on this one, I recommend using traction control on comfort. I also recommend keeping nitrous on and then turning everything else off except for cockpit mode. Traction control is an absolute must, and NOS is faster, which allows you to earn more per hour. Now, with this race, it's also important to know the path. The path that you're seeing on screen right now is exactly where you need to go. There is a reset in this path, and I've talked about that in previous videos as well, but you'll see it in this clip. I'll go ahead and let this play out, and then we can move on to the next method. Keep in mind, if you want to reset your car, you need to turn rewind off in your difficulty settings. Hummer Express can get you 858,000 XP per hour, and it's the fastest way to get XP in general. All right, moving on to the compete timeline. You get XP for any PvP events such as summits, grand races, and demolition derby. The fastest way to get XP is grand racing, although it's not that much. If you were to win every single time you played, and you happen to get lucky and one of those categories features a main stage car, which gets you an extra boost for that XP, you could earn around 433,000 XP per hour. I think earning XP for this track is much more of a passive thing and not necessarily a thing that you want to grind. Most likely you're competing in a summit or grand races just simply to do those activities, and the XP you get just sort of comes with it. So I wouldn't worry too much about the compete timeline. As long as you're willing to play the summit and you're willing to compete in grand races, you'll fill this out to level 4 easy. So that leaves the Explorer timeline. You earn XP for this one by doing free roam activities such as speed traps, slaloms, and escapes. You can also earn XP for that for opening treasure boxes around the map. We have a really nice map that was made by Tomco. I have it linked on my website, militiagamingco.com. Click on Motorfest tools from the top, and there you'll see a bunch of different tools, including that map. The fastest way to get XP for this timeline after you complete the challenges is to do your feats. My suggestion is to do mostly escapes and slaloms because they can get you around 600,000 per hour. You obviously don't need that much to finish the Explorer timeline, but if you like doing it, it's a fairly decent way of getting XP for your legend track. And speaking of the legend track, this is the final rewards track for the main stage. Your XP actually doesn't go to your legend track until you complete the previous 3 tracks. Well, at least one of them. Once you get to level 4 on one of the previous 3 tracks, any additional XP that you earn in that same category goes towards your final legend rewards track. Also, the levels you get from the legend track convert into legend points, but keep in mind these are not rewarded until the beginning of a new month and a new main stage. The more levels you earn, the more points you're going to get. Once you've finished off your 3 rewards tracks and you're just looking to grind levels, like I said earlier, the most passive way to do that is to play grind races. But if you'd like to get the most bang for your buck, Hummer Express is definitely the way to go. But just in case you want to mix it up, here are all the best methods and the corresponding XP per hour that you can expect. Now, before I end the video, there's actually one thing I forgot to mention earlier, and that is that there are various places where you can get boosts to your XP. One is the main stage vehicles. Whatever theme is for the week, there will be a boost for a given vehicle class or set of vehicles. Make sure you're checking that to use the correct vehicle on the courses that you're going to try to grind XP on. This week happens to be motorcycles, so I could use bikes and get an additional 30% main stage bonus on top of whatever XP I'm earning for these events. Now, when you do Hummer Express, make sure you're using AGP because the category bonus you get for AGP on that event is much greater than the main stage boost, so keep that in mind. But for example, in this week's boost, we get an extra 50% XP for the Bike Lovers playlist. So then the Bike Lovers events start to become a little bit more viable. Now, that's not something that I can bake into the best method because each week that theme is a little bit different, but just keep that in mind. You know, from week to week, you can choose to do either the best grind method, which is Hummer Express, or the playlist that is getting boosted for that week. All right, if you have any questions about this, you can send me a DM on Instagram or Discord. I read every single message that comes my way. Thank you so much for watching, and I really hope this helps you. I will catch you on the next one. Trigger up.